My screen is visible or not? Hello. Hello, sir.
This tir.
Yes.
Good evening,
Namaste.
everyone. I am Pranav Gore, and today I will explaining you the project on student management system with Mybatis. Let's go step by step and learn how we have implemented this system to manage student data using Mybatis. The goal of this project
लाउडली बोलशील थोडा.
the goal of this project is manage student
आवाज
data.
कमी येतोय रे. लाउडली बोल.
The goal of this project is to manage student data, including CRUD operation. CRUD stand for create, read, update, and delete, using Mybatis to interact with MySQL database. So last time I have implemented student management system using JPA, and now I will explain through the Mybatis. So firstly, what is Mybatis? Mybatis is a lightweight SQL mapping framework that maps SQL queries to Java object using XML or annotation. It gives fine-grained control over SQL operation, and it is faster than ORM framework like JPA. Some differences between JPA and Mybatis. JPA stand for Java Persistent API. It is a ORM object relational mapping. JPA map Java object entity directly into relational tables using annotations. And Mybatis is a SQL mapping framework. Mybatis map SQL statement to Java method using XML configuration annotations. JPA abstract SQL automatically generated queries based on entity relationship. Mybatis allows custom queries and precise control over database queries. Mybatis can be faster for certain cases since it closer to database and does not have overwhelm automatic query generation. JPA configure more automatic where Mybatis require explicit mapping files. First of all, prerequisite for our project is install Java, then Postman, MySQL for database, and then uh, we can go for this site Spring Initializer. Select Java Maven version, project metadata, then add dependency. Next, the generate the zip file and extract in your STS folder. Then for a database, open your MySQL workbench, select the schema name, create new table, define table name, add column, save, apply, table, verify, table creation. Here is screenshot to add how to create table in MySQL workbench. I have added a student table for a field like ID, name, email, address. You can add this table for the query like create table student ID, name, email, and addresses. After that, open your Spring Boot application and automatically create this file. This is your entry point file for our Spring Boot application. Let's run this file. This file is run 8081 port on Tomcat server. Let's configure our application.properties file. This file contains essential configuration like database connection detail, logging setting, and other properties. Let me check this application.properties file. In this application, my application name I have defined here, SMS with Mybatis, port number 8081, MySQL configuration. Here is my schema name, username, and password. And here is logging level like info, debug, and logging file location. I have added locally for logging home, desktop, logs, app.log. And this is my logging pattern for console app. This file contains whole database connection details that Mybatis use to connect to the MySQL database. Spring Boot use this configuration to know where to find the MySQL database and how to authenticate. Next my file is model class. This file represents student entity maps directly to the student table in the database. In your SRC package, I have created this file student. Here is my database structure for student ID, name, email, and address. I have validated this file, this student with the validation like here is annotation, not blank. The name cannot be blank. Email should be valid format. Address cannot be blank. Message size of student name is must be 2 to 15 character. My next file is mapper interface. Here is my mapper interfaces file. This file contains the Mybatis SQL queries. It maps Java method to SQL queries. I have defined SQL queries for CRUD operation like insert. Here is my insert query. Insert into student name, email address, value, and key properties ID. Select star from student. Here is my get all student with this query. Select student for particular ID, update student with ID, delete a student with ID. My next file is service layer. In this file, I have handled business logic, call the mapper of data for database operation and applies validation. In my SRC main slash Java and is in this full package. The service handle business logic like fetch all student, get all student with this method. Get student by particular ID, add student, update student, and delete student. My next file is controller layer. This file is controller handle HTTP request. It maps HTTP endpoint and business logic view for service layer. Here is I added logger defined for controller, and this is logger layer like info fetching all student to display message in console. My next file is exception handling file. This file is for our application. If throw an error, this file will handle properly, like student not found, illegal argument exception, internal server error. Now let's check it practically. How to. This is my main file. I have run this file. I have already run. So let's check first endpoint. HTTP localhost 8081. This is my port number, and now I am fetching all student. Send request. Status code 200. Okay, is my, so this request is successfully. This is all my student saved in my database. Here is my all student saved in database. Total 6 student and fetch student with all student. Here is log information. Fetching all student with this query. Select star from student. Now check let second request get student by ID. This is my ID1 student. Status 200. Okay, this is successfully. One student parameters like select star from student where ID 1. Fetch successfully. If student does not exist in our database, so what happened? Let us check. I say one number student. 40 not found. Student not found with this ID. Here is student not found ID 6. If student not available in,
Just one thing, like you should show the error message as well, correct? If the student not found
yes,
in the response,
yes sir,
maybe you can add that. Other things I got means you have added everything. I hope you also write the JUnits and logger thing.
yes sir,
Okay. So inside logger, can you go on that logger log4j properties?
yes sir,
So here I want one functionality like we should be have the rotating in the logs, correct? Means keep only last three files for the logs on daily level. Let's say your application is running for last 4 5 days. Every day it's creating new logger file, and you should be automatically clean up, or you should have only last 3 days or the last three files only, correct? So that
yes,
configuration you can mention in the dot properties for log4j. So
yes sir.
maybe
I have added this for it locally my.
okay. So you can try that somewhere.
Yes
Maybe
sir,
you can debug that. And as I have mentioned, the scenario is I want to keep only last 3 days or last 4 days files. Correct. Okay. And for you also, the next step is start learning or implementing design pattern.
yes sir.
Okay. Yeah. So
This is my.
let's complete entire Java book of the core Java Nageshwar Rao and implement the design pattern, various design pattern. Okay. But good demo overall, both of you, Pranav and Aditya. Cool. We can stop recording.
Okay sir.
Stop recording too. होता है स्टॉप
हो सर, होतं.